I just want to make a very, very short video. Very short. I'm not going to spend much time on this. Bitcoin today, for example, was below $20,000 for most of the day. Right now it's 3 o'clock p.m. And I just wanted to point out something about these people who came up with this term, dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is absolutely bullshit. Dollar cost averaging is basically a term that they made up in order to get you to continue to put your money in. I don't want to use the word invest because I don't consider cryptocurrency to be real investment. An investment actually pays a dividend. But dollar cost averaging, they can come up with a mathematical formula and this, that, and the other. But what it really comes down to is that they just want you to continue putting your money in regardless whether or not you're losing or not. So basically what they're claiming is that no matter what happens, the value is going to continue to rise over time. Now, in the case of regular stocks, that might be true. In the case of regular stocks for companies that we actually know that have a product, that have corporate business structure, that actually show you profit and loss statements, oh yes, dollar cost averaging very well might be true. The problem that I have is when they try to conflate cryptocurrency with the regular stock market. The regular stock market has more than 100 years worth of tests and data and analysis that we can look at. Cryptocurrency only has less than 20. In fact, it's actually less than 15. And if you really, really think about it, cryptocurrency does not move like its own commodity. Cryptocurrency moves like a tech stock. So the last thing I'm going to say, because I'm not spending much time on this, all of those people who dollar cost averaged and they actually were stupid enough to set aside portions of their salary and to set aside part of their retirement fund, and who allowed themselves to be suckered into this Ponzi scheme bullshit by all of the whales who got in the very beginning and probably had their Bitcoin when it was only like $100 or $10 or $500 or whatever it was. I would just like to point out that everybody who's been dollar cost averaging is seeing nothing but red in their portfolio. The last thing I'll say, Nayib Bukele, they don't even talk about him anymore. You remember how they got El Salvador to throw itself on the crap table? And Nayib Bukele was talking about how great dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin was and buying the dip in Bitcoin was. You remember that? Yeah, well, guess what? He bought the dip and he dollar cost averaged at $50,000 and $55,000. So tell me, while Bitcoin is sitting at $20,000, what happened to the other $30,000 that you dollar cost average? You remember how they were talking about Elon Musk and everybody's calling him a genius and he's brilliant and he's the frontier man and blah, blah, blah? Yeah, well, you remember how he gambled Tesla's money on Bitcoin? Yeah, well, here's a question, Elon Musk. When you were buying all that Bitcoin above $50,000, I just have one question. What happened to the rest of your money? Where's the other $30,000 that you dollar cost average? You remember Michael Saylor, the guy who basically, we're anticipating him to get margin calls right about now and possibly even end up just like that guy John McAfee, offing himself and then tell everybody, nah, I didn't kill myself. It was the system. Yeah, well, here's a question, Michael Saylor. While you're buying Bitcoins and you're gambling away your money and telling everybody that, no, Bitcoin's going to be $100,000 in 2020, which was 2 years ago, and it's not. And you're up there, oh, yeah, Bitcoin going to be $1 million. We're going to the moon. Hey, Michael Saylor. Here's a question. What happened to all of that money that you dollar cost averaged in between $21,000 and $60,000? These are the questions